Trae Young may have been an all-star starter, but he's got a long way to go. I'm not saying his defense is holding the Hawks back. It's something deeper than that, revealed in an explosive athletic report. I actually think if you surround Trae with the right talent, his defense is fine. And this team did add a lot of vets this offseason. But if they still can't win, there will be huge changes. This video explains what's wrong with Trae and how to fix it. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to AM Hoops. Hit subscribe and notification bells because when we get to 100,000 subscribers, there will be a channel-changing announcement. It will be huge. It will be awesome, I promise. For now, follow me on Twitter at Casey Kiernan or on Instagram at AM Hoops, or don't. Thanks for just watching this video. You are awesome. On to the video, and there was so much love for Atlanta after they spent this offseason. Gallinari, Bogdanovich, Chris Dunn, Rajon Rondo. I did not believe in the Hawks, but I didn't see this coming. After their loss to the Knicks, John Collins confronted Trae during a film session. He said Trae needs to give his teammates more opportunities. He does not like Trae shooting early in the shot clock. Trae didn't say much at the time, but behind the scenes he was pissed. That spilled over into the Hornets game, where Trae played his worst game as a pro. 7 points, 3 assists, 7 turnovers. A lot of people were like, what's wrong with Trae? Is his ankle hurt? No, his ego was hurt. Trae Young was literally throwing a temper tantrum. He was basically like, okay, why don't you try to make the plays? That plus a LaMelo Ball triple-double, and it didn't work out so well. And look, Trae does have a point, right? I mean, complaining about him kind of sucks because he does so much for this team. And he could be mad because John Collins just wants more stats to get paid this offseason. Either way, he can't pout and hurt his team. There is nothing worse than someone trying to teach you a lesson by throwing a fit. I hate that. It always backfires. This time, it ain't Trae Young's defense holding the team back, it is his childish attitude. And some people on the team actually feel that the offense is better when John Collins is more involved. Even if that's not the case, Trae needs to learn how to accept criticism from a teammate or really anyone. Right now, he's way too thin-skinned. I think one of the best things about a guy like Steph Curry is his maturity. This dude took hate from the media and ex-players saying he could never be a champ, he's a fake MVP, he proved them wrong. Instead of being jealous Kevin Durant was coming to the team, Steph welcomed him with open arms, had no ego, and won 2 chips. Trae says he models his game after Steve Nash. Nash was the ultimate team player. He would set up his teammates before himself every time. Now, if you are a Hawks fan, Trae Young's reaction there should really worry you. I mean, John Collins, his teammate, maybe his most talented teammate, has the guts to call him out, and his reaction is to have his worst game as a Hawk? What kind of leader or winner is that? And John Collins was right. Atlanta's not going to win with Trae dominating the basketball. He needs to change his game and his attitude. If he doesn't get humble and mature as a leader like Steph Curry, this team's going nowhere. Now, I'll admit I am being a little harsh about a 22-year-old. I mean, when I was 22, I would actually be the worst team leader. But in the NBA, no one cares how old you are. The only thing that matters is, do the Hawks win games? Coach Lloyd Pierce is on the final year of his contract. This front office spent a ton of money on vets to go all in. Trae Young's reputation is on the line as a winner. No one's gonna say, oh, actually, it doesn't matter. We're gonna let all that stuff slide because you're just 22. Nope, Lloyd Pierce will be fired. Maybe the front office. Trae will be looked on as a loser. Now, the good news, if you're a Hawks fan, is Clint Capella pulled Trae aside and warned him. He said, this is the exact same issue that killed the Rockets. Capella watched James Harden and Dwight Howard's relationship die when Dwight demanded the ball, but the beard wouldn't give it up. Capella said he doesn't want that same thing to happen with Trae and John Collins. Obviously, Collins does want the ball more because he's a free agent after this season, but I'm sure that Trae wants his stats too to make up for his bad defense. This dude is ripped in the media for his D, But as long as he's the second coming of Steph, no one can say anything. So the issue in Charlotte was Trae throwing a fit. But there's obviously more to that losing streak. Yes, injuries are a huge deal. Rajon Rondo has been on the bench. Onyeka Okongwu has yet to see the floor. Gallo and Dunn are down, and now Bogdan Bogdanovic has a broken knee. Those may be reasons things are so bad, but this is why I'm so worried about the Hawks.
Things that make you go.
Atlanta started 4-1 and had people like me who doubted them looking stupid. Trae Young led the best offense in the NBA, scoring 126 points per game. Kevin Durant even said they're going to be a problem in the East. After that, they lost 4 in a row, scoring just 99 points per game, shooting just 28% from 3, 40% from the field, with just 24 assists per game. The Hawks played horribly against some of the worst teams in the conference. L's to the Cavaliers, Knicks, and the Hornets twice. I get if they were some of the best teams in the NBA, but those teams want the 8th seed just like Atlanta. So will Trae Young be held accountable for all this? Of course not. It'll be the head coach, Lloyd Pierce. He is on the last year of his deal, the team hadn't picked up his option, and he and Trae's relationship has been bad since last season. Well, Pierce said he understood why Trae Young missed the Olympics roster. You gotta earn it. And Trae sent out this pretty petty subtweet. Trae doesn't like how his coach blames the team after losses, and everyone hates his rotations. Well, guess what? All those issues still exist this season. The Hawks just blew an 11-point lead against the Cavaliers as the starters sat for 11 minutes. An anonymous player said last year, "It's like we're tanking on purpose." They probably felt the same way after that game. So there's no question that Lloyd Pierce will be fired if they miss the playoffs, but I want to know, when are Trae Young fans going to admit he needs to grow? His defense is one thing, but he also has issues taking criticism from fans, his head coach, and his teammates. This is not what the best team leaders do in the NBA. Well, I think the solution to this mess is this. Someone needs to confront Trae Young right now before it's too late. No one held him accountable for that petty subtweet last year. Now he's literally pouting during a game and the team loses. I'm glad Clint Capella stepped up and said something. John Collins too. But the last thing they can do is fire Lloyd Pierce. I believe Trae Young would be behind that firing. If they do it, they might create a monster diva in Trae Young. It's not too late though. Again, he's just 22 years old. I love that vets on the team are pulling him aside, but it's up to Trae to take that advice and listen. Losing will ruin any team behind the scenes, and the Hawks are no different. But if it continues, it is fair to wonder if you can ever win with Trae Young. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.